Hey, welcome.
Hey, Casey. Oh, who's this?
Eva.
Hello, Eva.
Eva, come on.
Are you ready for 73 questions?
Let's do this.
Okay. Number one. How did you start cosplay?
I needed a creative outlet, so I decided to cast myself in all the roles I wanted to play.
You have a bachelor's degree in theater, right?
I do.
What has been your favorite role?
Nanny from the effects of gamma rays on Man on the Moon marigolds.
Interesting. Never heard of that. What is your dream role?
Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd, or Lavinia from Titus Andronicus.
Can you sing?
Not well.
Well, I appreciate the honesty there. Do you ever do costume work when you were in theater?
I was on the wardrobe department for a show called Bone Portraits. It had this like steampunk aesthetic, and it really made me love and kind of have a passion for costuming.
Is that when you started sewing?
No, not for another 5 years. You want to see where the magic's made?
Yeah, we do. Oh. Well, this is opulent. All right. What's your favorite overworn costume?
Tariel or Belle.
Could you rank the top 3 costumes you ever made?
Sikizo, Ariel, and Rococo Belle.
What do you want to be known for?
My twirling videos.
When does inspiration strike for you?
Normally when we go to Disney World or if we go to a museum.
Cool. How do you decide what to make?
I normally just ask Instagram.
Questionable, but I'll go with it. What's the most rewarding creative risk you've taken?
When I stopped live streaming on Twitch and started creating edited content on YouTube, it was quite the learning curve, but it's really rewarding knowing your content is going to be there for all of eternity.
Wait, do you want to be known for all of eternity?
That's a really long time.
Moving on. Do you feel pressure to constantly make new things?
Yes.
How far in advance do you have to plan?
I normally take things a project at a time, but for competition pieces, I like to plan them out at least a year in advance.
Speaking of competition, what is your next competition piece?
I'm not telling you that.
Fair enough. What is a color that you gravitate to?
Oh, purple.
And what besides purple is making you feel positive these days?
You know, seeing other creators make things that bring them joy.
And what's been taking up your days lately?
Glinda, oh my gosh, 150,000 sequins are not going to sew themselves.
Okay, hard-hitting questions coming up. Prince Charming or Prince Philip?
Prince Philip, he slays a dragon.
That's a pretty good point, I guess. So, you're on the internet, and there's a lot of negativity on the internet. How do you deal with it?
I delete the comments. Every now and then, there is one comment that really gets to me, though. And then I'll just write them a pretend letter, telling them about why this affects me and all the stuff involved. And I will typically then feel better and delete the comment.
What is the best time for being creative?
All the time.
Nice answer. How often do you clean?
I like to tidy up after every day, but I do vacuum on Fridays.
Oh, Fridays.
Fridays.
How do you unwind?
Couch cuddles with Eva and Toby.
What piece of advice would you give your 19-year-old self?
What anyone thinks of you is none of your business. That's a quote by RuPaul, and I live by it.
Nice. It's a solid quote. If you had any superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation. I would really like to just be able to visit Alex and Amanda whenever I feel like it.
Bold eye, bold lip.
Bold lip.
What's your favorite lip color?
Ooh, Bohemian by Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Do you have any nicknames?
In high school, my friends Nicole and Devin called me Quesadilla.
Did you grow up with pets in your home?
I did. We always had at least 2 dogs.
Okay, what's the most amount of dogs you've had at one time?
One time, my dog Trixie had 10 puppies, and we had her and Noelle at the same time. So there were 12 dogs.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
Are your parents craftsy or artsy people?
Yeah, my dad was a carpenter and he also did welding. And then my stepmom is a writer and she also can sew. And she tried to teach me when I was younger, but I got really bored by reading the pattern, so I kind of like just didn't do it.
What are you working on?
This is an embroidery for a pillow. It's really pretty.
Very cool. If you had a podcast, what would it be about?
I would love to interview cosplayers about cosplay competition.
How many sewing machines have you ever owned?
I can't count them all.
Do you have a favorite sewing machine?
Yeah, let me show you.
If you could teach one subject in school, what would it be?
High school theater. Would you like to sit?
I would love to. Have you ever Googled yourself?
A lot, all the time, yeah.
All the time?
This is my Janome M7 Continental. This machine can do so many cool things. It's technically a quilting machine, but yeah, I've managed to make it work on a lot of things, and I love it.
Very cool. No idea why I just did that zoom in. Pretty boring. Apologize. All right. Who are 3 cosplayers that are blowing your mind right now?
Oh, Allison Tabitha, Sosteen, and Thranduart.
I'll have to look those up. What is your favorite historical period for clothing?
The mid to late 18th century.
Embroidery or applique?
Embroidery.
Beads or rhinestones?
Anything that sparkles.
Nice. What is something that recently moved you?
Ooh, Disney's Encanto.
It's a good one. What historical figure would you love to have coffee with?
Audrey Hepburn. Yeah.
What historical figure would you love to have a cocktail with?
Oh my gosh, I bet Zelda Fitzgerald makes a really good cocktail.
I bet she does.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you like to have with you at conventions?
As of recently, I would have to say ibuprofen or Tylenol. At the end of a convention day, my feet are killing me.
Do you have a favorite pair of shoes?
I love character heels for just like cosplay in general. But my favorite pair of shoes I've made are the shoes I made for my Sakizo gown. And outside of cosplay, honestly, I'd rather go barefoot or, like wear fuzzy socks.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's one habit you wish you could break?
Saying I don't have enough time.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Ooh, I give Eva a kiss on the kepi. And then I wash my face, make coffee, yada, yada, yada.
Would you consider yourself a quote-unquote routine person?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I live by routines.
Do you have a routine to get you ready to work?
You know what I do? I actually light a candle in the morning or right when I'm about to start my day for working. It just really puts me in the headspace it's time to work.
So you like candles?
I love candles.
What's your favorite candle scent?
Right now, it's gotta be Fraser Fir. It kind of smells like a snowy Christmas morning.
What's the coolest thing in this room?
Oh. That would be this guy. This is my Lumiere. I made him. He's got a goofy face and he lights up. He's
Quite
so
goofy.
cute. Yes, he is. He's
Quite
so
bright.
cute. Thank you.
What is an activity that brings you peace?
I would have to say running.
Okay. And how far do you run typically?
I normally only run 30 to 45 minutes.
Nice. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Definitely a morning person.
And what's the proudest possession that you own?
Ooh, let me show you. So that is my TwitchCon trophy. This thing. This reminds me every single day of all the things that I'm able to accomplish. Yes. That is her.
That is really cool.
Thanks.
And you got that by winning TwitchCon?
Yes, winning TwitchCon.
Very cool. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
My best friend Matt told me to stay grounded, and I live by that.
If you could get a sewing lesson from anyone, who would it be?
Alexander McQueen. I would love to know how he patterns.
The man, the legend. What's something you've always wanted to try but been too scared to do?
Glass blowing. Oh my gosh. It seems so terrifying. Like it's really hot. And what if your glass explodes and you get shards everywhere?
That sounds awful.
Sounds awful. Sounds horrible.
Would you call yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an introvert.
Interesting. Can I look in that closet right there?
Oh, yeah. Come on, let's go.
This is very organized.
Thank you.
Did you organize this in preparation for this interview?
No, I did this because I needed to clean out.
What article of clothing makes you feel the most powerful?
I would have to say my 6-foot wide peignet because I take up so much space and that makes me feel powerful.
When do you feel the most beautiful?
When I have finished a complete costume.
And when do you feel the most fulfilled?
When I see Alex's photo of my finished cosplay.
Who's Alex?
Alexandra Lee Studios, my best friend and the best photographer I've ever worked with in my life.
Cool. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself haunting the halls of my own Victorian mansion.
Ooh. If you could live in any era, what would it be?
Right now. I like vaccines and I like healthcare.
Those are pretty 2 solid options.
And the internet.
3 solid options. Yeah. What's something unreal that's happened to you recently?
Oh my gosh, I found out that my first book is available for pre-order on Amazon. I'm going to link that in the comments below.
Nice plug.
Thanks.
Is there any convention you're dying to go to?
MCM London. Read Pop, give me a call. And let's talk about that because I'd love to be at MCM London. Yeah.
Okay. Read Pop if you're listening. So we're almost done. It's getting late. I got to go.
Yeah.
The last few questions are going to be pew, 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 rapid fire.
All
Are
right,
you ready?
ready? Let's go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Let me stretch. Let's go.
Elves or fairies?
Elves.
Favorite D&D class?
Sorcerer.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, 2.
Favorite fabric to work with?
Silk taffeta.
Go-to karaoke song?
Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar.
What vegetable would you turn into?
Broccoli.
Favorite Disney princess?
Moana.
All right, Casey, thank you so much for letting us join you in your studio today.
Thank you for having me. It's
been a ton of fun.
For sharing this time with me. Now get out. I got a costume to make.
Oh, okay, bye. Dun dun.
There was a moment where her head was right there under the wheel, and I was like, oh my gosh, she is not gonna let me out of that.
Eva. Eva. Eva.
Modern dance or whatever.
She appears